Nothing pops if we don't touch it. From music to art to fashion, nothing pops until we touch it. And then when you understand that, it's like, yeah, no, we should be making this stuff. Start a footwear business. It's not cheap, bro. You know, at the top, everyone collaborates. At the bottom, everyone's competing.
We got a new episode featuring Franklin ELVARDI. Check out the shoe brand. Manny's back on the channel. Wes and myself hope you like this episode. Please stay tuned for more good content like this, and please like, share, and subscribe before you watch the video. Thank you. ELVARDI. He came bearing gifts. I'm gonna drop this in the all white. You hear me?
They look proper.
They look clean, innit? Yeah. I'm gonna drop these with the all white, bro. Perfect timing. We see you got all loyalty card as well, yeah? Jeez. What inspired you to start the brand, man?
Oh, bro, a lot of things, man. Yeah, I feel like the brand kind of like represents like my personal story.
Yeah.
And it's that whole idea of like being connected. So if you bring like the shoe out, I should like I'm talking about this because it's very important. Like if you see like in the shoe, I'll just. So like the monogram there, it's like a maze.
Yeah.
And the whole idea is like my personal journey. Yeah, when I first started life, I lost my dad. I was 5 years old, so not really having like a lot of like male role models in my life, and you can't always finding people you're tracing. Yeah. So being inspired by other people, and then obviously going through life and then understanding. As I'm like tracing people, you get to a point where other people start to look up to you. So obviously like my nephew and my nieces and other people as well. So like that's what the brand is about. It's about connectedness. So like this maze represents
the connections.
People just like navigating through life, and then you in a very interesting way you're making connections. So we kind of just made that like the symbol of the brand. So it represents that there, and there on all of our products you will see like this being featured. Okay. And the whole idea is like we're all connected. That's what like the brand means. Like the name of like ELVARDI, it means like becoming like the best version of yourself. Yeah. So like wherever you start life from, there's always more, and it's all about you aspiring to become better. Like, you know what I mean?
So you say that's what would set you apart from other shoe brands?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really trying to compete. I'm just trying to create. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of, you can't compete with Nike, bro. Like, you can't compete with Puma. You can't compete with New Balance, and then, man, a lot of things is there. Like, this is just like my personal touch, just like putting my own creativity and trying to give people something that's just different. Yeah, bro.
How do you choose materials that you use for your shoes?
Yeah, bro. It's been a mad one still, because when I first started, I was just about like, okay, let me just like create shoes that are like stylish, like, you know, using materials that are durable. And then very quickly you realize that there's a lot of greenwashing in the industry. Yeah. Like you're hearing vegan this and vegan that, like a lot of stuff is like, when you dig under the hood, and because I'm a techie guy, so when I think, I always go to like first principle thinking. Like, don't just show me the thing. What's the mechanics behind it? So you hear about like, oh yeah, this is made from like, you know, pineapple skin, and then I'll ask the question, what percentage? It's like 20%. So what's the other 80%? Like, you know what I mean? So I had to very, very quickly understand like durability. When it comes to shoe, what you really want is durability. You want shoes that are comfortable and are very, very durable. And right now, like leather is still the most durable material. And obviously like there's other like eco-friendly materials that I'm still so for me like with that, it's like made from like Italian leather. So I had to make sure like the tannery we're using, actually blend it myself, because to me I'm like, don't show me this stuff. So what I'm trying to do, so in the shoebox, like what you call like your that card, what I'm trying to do with that is to be like transparent. So I've linked the shoe to like an NFT where we're trying to like show you the materials that we're using, show you where they came from, and also just being transparent with like our process and how we produce. So like, because I can see and tell you, oh yeah, these are like Italian leather, they're from this tannery, this and that. A lot of brands do that, they just tell you whatever. There's no way to trace it, there's no way to be transparent.
Apparently lately there's been a lot of brands that claim they're Italian leather, and they basically been getting the leather from Nigeria.
Yeah,
I heard about that recently. So they've been getting a lot of leather from Nigeria.
That's mad. And
Nigeria, you
know.
There's
a big like tannery out there. I mean, for me, like I think my biggest goal, like I'm big in Africa. My biggest goal is to like really started like sourced from Africa, because when you think about it, it's all about like the quality.
They
The
say
quality.
the better quality is in Nigeria.
Yeah, no, like,
But they're still trying to claim is
Italian.
Yeah.
Just say Nigerian, man. Let's rip our own
Let
people.
us-
Like, exactly. Say
let us
Nigerian.
get, you know.
Yeah. Facts.
So how do you make the shoes? Because like
Yeah, what's the
Yeah, what's-
process?
Yeah, so the design. So right now, I'm obviously trying to create shoes that are kind of like what I'm used to, what I want to wear, what I know the man will want to wear. So it's really thinking about like, you know, the canvases, and then just like coming up with like unique materials, unique colorways, unique like aesthetics. So obviously this is kind of like inspired by the 90s like hot style, but I've just kind of just like added a bit of like elegance to it. So it's like you see it, you go, oh yeah, cool, that looks like, you know, but it's like it's different. So that's like my design thinking. It's like, you know, reinventing like classic footwears. And then in terms of like colorways, when you see that, you go, oh yeah, no, that's unique. Like obviously you see this one here, I haven't dropped this yet, but when you see the colorway, you just be like, yeah, no.
Yeah, cooked.
Yeah, you know what I mean? When you see the colorway, you're like, yeah.
When he sent me, I was like, oh it there. This guy tried to just, you know, styling us like, yeah, I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna come in with my one.
So, what made you get into shoes? Like, other than, you know, obviously there's a lot of, especially in the fashion world, a lot of different avenues you can take. And what was it about shoes that made you decide, yeah, this is it?
Yeah, well, bro, I think it's so like my background is in like product management. So that's what I used to do before I went to shoes, and I used to work for an agency, and had Nike as a client for like 4 to 5 years, and just storytelling around footwear, I just loved it. The essence of like what Nike celebrates is like innovation and inspiration, right? It's not really footwear, but the way they pattern the whole thing is just mad. So doing that for a very long time, I just loved it. I just loved the whole essence of like being able to like storytell around footwear. And then obviously went away, did other things. Like I worked for like Tommy Hilfiger and other like fashion brands. So like in that space for a minute, and then left there to like finance. Obviously, I was like chasing the bag, but very quickly I just realized, yeah, like this is what I love, like creating footwear. So when I thought about, okay, cool, I want to like do something for myself. That was a very like natural like transition. Like I was helping a friend of mine. He was like starting a man bag business. This is like in 2018. So obviously then I was still like, you know, doing like my day job, and I was helping him out, and then obviously just like understanding where you can source materials from, how you can pattern materials. Because before I was more on the design side of things, I wasn't on the manufacturing side of things. So like just being able to like see that, and I was like, okay, cool, this is how you can do this. Obviously, like, you know, just plugging little things, they're asking questions, going on LinkedIn, you know, finding like little manufacturers. Bro, I've been everywhere, like been from Turkey to Spain to Italy, like now like we're in Portugal. But it's really about like finding the right supplier that can take my designs and produce that and give you like high quality. Bro, so, like that was the journey, and now I'm obsessed, bro. Like I smell shoes, that's the best smell right now. Like when I smelled them, I was like, yeah, boy. Like, yeah, man.
So you mentioned about like the design process of creating the shoes and stuff. What about like the production? Because obviously, like, it's not like you walk into Sports Direct, take any shoe off the wall and colour it in, is it? Like, how do you go about like finding manufacturers? Like, how do you know who's reputable? How do you know who's actually gonna make your design like what it is now?
Yeah. Now it was a process, bro. Like I said, like I travelled. I went everywhere. I went from Turkey to Spain to Italy. But first of all, I started on LinkedIn, right? This, you know, when you go on LinkedIn and just type in whatever you want to do, you know, t-shirt manufacturers, you find bare people. Okay. And once you find one person, you can go down a rabbit hole because they all follow each other. You can go, oh yeah, this person follows this, and you can find a lot of people. So I got like a list of like probably like 50 like manufacturers. I was just like hitting them up. Like,
okay.
And then obviously like send me your catalogue. I want to see what kind of styles you guys make. Get like samples, and then off the back of that, you can obviously, once you understand the quality of what they make, then you can go, okay, cool. Like for me personally, I just like went out there because I just want to see it for myself. So initially started up in Italy, because I wanted because the name sounds good, like Italian. That I wanted to like really build off quality. But very quickly just realized, okay, cool, like it didn't really fit with where I wanted to move in terms of like partnership and collaboration. And yeah, I just started messaging a lot more people, and then the guys we're with now in Portugal, yeah, like they've just been a blessing. Like from the very beginning, they understood the vision. They knew like I'm trying to build a brand. It's not really about like just making like shoes here and there. It's really like trying to build a brand. They were like, yeah, cool, we'll work with you. Like all the questions I had is like how to make an outsole. Like I made this sole from scratch, like because all the components, like the rubber, this particular rubber I wanted to use, that's like very very durable, like the TPU. So like they took me to like, you know, the guys that actually like help you like make the molds. So how do you open up a last to like create your own mold and all that stuff? Like these are things that I was reading about, but actually being there, understanding the whole industry. Yeah, I think it's just like, you know, one plug to the next plug to the next plug, and yeah, now like my next thing now is materials. Like, I've seen a few people that have shown me some materials. Now I'm now thinking, okay, cool. In September I've got like an event I'm going to. I'm going to see bare materials. So now I'm now thinking, okay, cool. Like how can I start to like, you know, give materials that are more breathable, like still durable, more like eco-friendly. Like this is like proper, obviously Italian like materials, but I'm gonna stop in there. It's like there's still more, because in this space there's a lot of innovation. Like you can't like know what you know, but like one thing about me is like I'm always learning, bro. Like constantly, like I don't stop, man.
So that part where you said you've got the maze on the bottom of the shoe and the sole, right?
Yeah.
So I speak to a guy the other day. He wants to make shoes and stuff, and he was saying not the expensive part of the whole production, but he said to make a mold, like a shoe mold, that's the expensive bit, because apparently you can get like a mold from like some other shoe that's been. Am I right? Am I on the right lines?
Yeah. So like you can get like this open molds, like other like exactly. That's open that other brands have. So even when you go to like even when you go to like a shoe manufacturer, they will tell you, yeah, these are molds that we have, right? So you can use their mold. If you want to make your own mold, that's when it's a little bit different, because now you got like understand what materials you want to use, open the mold, and that's like your own company. Like you own that, so no one else can use it, because like now this is like a mold that belongs to the brand. And obviously it's a cost, but if you believe in what you're doing, you know, like eventually when you sell more units, it's going to like offset that cost, because you know it's just a one-off cost in it. So yeah, so like went through the whole process, opened the mold, tested it out, did a lot of tests. For me, like, you know, it's the abrasion and the traction as well, ensuring that you're not making the mold that you wear it and then after like a week or so like it starts to crack. So yeah, so to me it's like, how do you test it? And like the guys I was working with, I was like, oh,
in the middle of Manny swabbing, your foot has come out of
oh, bro, I'm telling you, bro, the sun doesn't
it's like,
out.
what are those?
No comment.
He said no comment. It's Manny Suave, man.
Yeah, it was good. It was fun.
Let's just leave it there.
Yeah, Matthew Franklin, we go.
Leave it there. Let's move on quickly.
I don't know why we did that. But yeah, no, it was cool still. I definitely picked up someone's shoe. That's why I was like, you know. But yeah, no, it was a good event, man.
You didn't want to try and test the ELVARDI at the dance?
Listen, no, because do you know what? It's the first time I've been outside in a very long time, innit? So. You know what I mean? But yeah, we gonna connect, and yeah, man.
So the next dance is gonna try the ELVARDI on the dance floor, and hopefully he doesn't come through his shoes.
Never, if it's tested, bro.
So what how many styles did you go through before you arrived at this one?
Oh, bro, I went through a lot of styles. Like that's why I actually call this shoe like the blueprint, because after like navigating, understanding how I want to like get my own creativity into like a canvas, because I see like a shoe as a canvas, and like how do I bring my own like style into it. It took me like trying different things, and like, you know, trying to see what you like and see obviously what the man didn't like, because ultimately when you're designing, you're not designing for yourself.
Design for you, yeah.
Like you got to design for what people want. So I started obviously understanding that space, and I realized how do I find that balance of like creating something that I enjoy but also something that people will find like you know, desirable. And yeah, just that balance, man. I must have gone through, bro, like probably more than 70 like different like samples, like back and forth. Yeah, I did like women, did like men, just trying different things. Like, so I had like designs, and then in terms of like actually produced like actual samples from them. Yeah, this is like I've done probably like 4 or 5 drops now. Just testing little things, seeing what works and what doesn't. Like for me, like, I had to like play around with things. I had to like not just like talking about it, but yeah, cool, let's see what this is, and then just going through like different iteration. Now I feel like now I understand the style, like this, like what that design. So when you think about ELVARDI, like what you're thinking about is, the particular thing I'm saying to you. I'm giving you inspirational sneakers, and that comes from like materials and colorways. That when you see it outside, you just know, like, okay, I see that. Okay, that's different. Like you can see other shoes that kind of like moving, because when it comes to like footwear, there's only, unless you're Kanye, you only do your matting and you're creating some like alien looking foam or whatever. Most footwear almost look the same. Like you're just changing like the cut, you're changing the sole, you're changing. So it's not so much you can do, but where we're differentiating is really like focusing on the person, like what you're wearing the shoes to, like what you're trying to say with that. So it's like our shoes are more like elevated. It's not really like street style, but you want to wear them with like a nice smart trousers and they bang. You can wear them with jeans and they bang. You can want to wear them with like something else, and that's what I'm thinking about now. It's like where you going to
crossover.
Exactly, because I know our people in it. I don't know where you're going to. So I'm thinking, oh cool. So when you're going here, this is what you're saying, and then how can I give you shoes that will just make you say that thing but in a different way. So it's like when you're wearing this, like you're still, but it's like people go, oh, okay, I see what you're trying to do with that style. Like it's just a bit different. That's what I'm trying to do.
I respect that, because like you want to wear something that has a significant story behind it. Like to me, that's like, I can get behind that. I can. It makes sense. It's not just a shoe for the sake of a shoe, you know what I mean? So that's a good look. And even as you're saying it, because I was looking at the way you've dropped it today, like it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense.
Love, bro.
So how involved are you in the process now? Because obviously there's probably a lot of work on the front end in terms of like setting things up, like you got to go to Portugal, Spain, etc. So where are you at now in terms of like, so once you made the design, how long does it take and how involved are you from start to finish?
Bro, everything, bro.
Still?
Okay.
Like
I think at the moment, obviously we've got a very, very small team. So like probably got like 6 people right now in the company. I'll be hoping to like scale very quickly.
So what do they do?
So the people that I have are more into like operations and like content production. When it comes to like the actual product design, that's still me. I'm still one like sketching the shoe, thinking about the colorways and all that stuff. I mean, because I really want to like first of all just like define the range, and then after I think I will bring more designers in. There's someone I'm speaking to now, like a designer, like she's fire that I'm trying to bring to the team. But yeah, I think right now I'm kind of very involved. Like we've got a runner that we're designing. I can't wait to drop that. That's going to be fire. Like also got like a low, got a clean as well. We're designing. I also want to do sandals. Yeah, so thinking of like expanding the range. But right now I need to like set the blueprint. You know what I mean? That's why these are called the blueprint. I've called this shoot the blueprint because I want to set the blueprint as to like what we're doing, and then it's about like, okay, cool. Once we built like our style principle, our design principle, then it's very easy to like bring someone in to go, yeah, cool, this is how we design, and you can just run with that.
So what would it take for you to end up in I don't know, like a Harrods or something, or somewhere like that, where your shoes are being sold like on a high sort of distribute? Is that your goal? Is that what you're trying to get to?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, I think obviously now it is, bro. It's community, like getting the brand to the community, like getting people to understand what we're trying to do, to understand that we're trying to create a footwear for us, a brand that represents us, and then it's like building the hype. Like once the hype is there, they will stock it. Like it's that simple. Like they want to stock things that are trendy. So I think
that's what I wanted to ask. What are your marketing strategies to push out the brand?
Yeah, bro, I've got a lot of, because that's what I used to do for Nike and them mans back in the day. So when it comes to that, like
was that your role with them?
Yeah, so I was more like
and
I was the product like manager.
Okay.
So what you do is like you pretty much just go, okay, here's the product. How do we like roll it out? How do we like promote that? So in that space you're working with like the marketing team. You're working with the designers. You're working with like stylists and all of that stuff. So that kind of gave me that like holistic view of like what it takes to like roll out a product. But obviously them man's got like big budget, isn't it? So like it's very, very different when you're like working with like but when you're doing things on a small budget, it's now okay, cool, how do I still maintain that same like elegance and that same level of class, but on a very, very low budget. So right now, yeah, just trying to use, like, trying to find, people that understand the brand, understand what we're trying to do, and just like to find a partnership. Because right now it's about community, just being out there, getting people to like wear the shoes, doing things that's fun and interesting, like trying inspiring people with style. So I'm trying to work with like a lot of tastemakers that are just like, yeah, cool, this is how we dress, and then just show how the shoes just complements that. And there's obviously just content. But I think I obviously as well trying to do more like pop-ups as well. Like what I'm really big on is like collaboration, because I think like at the top everyone collaborates, it's at the bottom that everyone's competing. Because when you understand, bro, there's abundance, bro. Like there's a lot of space. So like for me, it's like finding other like designers, fashion enthusiasts, whoever's doing things, let's come together and create a pop-up. Because people are looking for things to do that's different. Like like obviously we have a lot of like brunches and events, but like I'm seeing just came from like Chinese culture, bro. Like that, example, bro. Exactly. Yeah. Seeing that bit, it's like we need more things like that. Like bring people into a space and let's experience what we're building. And it's connect. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Is like how can I like amplify that voice and get more people, more creatives.
What does success look for you? What does success look like for you with ELVARDI?
Oh, bro. So one of the biggest things that, and this is again going back to my personal story, like as a child, like my dad is my biggest inspiration, even though he passed away when I was 5 years old. Yeah. And like a lot of story about the brand that in due time I will almost like tell. But the biggest thing for me was, like my dad came from the village, right? Yeah. I got a scholarship, went to Lake. Akwa Ibom, say, and then went to Lagos, got a scholarship, then came here. You're talking about the 70s, bro. Where I'm thinking, how do you even pattern that? What books were you reading? Like, and then became like a chartered accountant, and obviously, unfortunately, he passed away. But I used to look at my dad, like he had a library of books. Like a library of books, and a lot of things. Like obviously now, at my big age, I'm not asking a lot of questions. I wish I could ask him. Like, what made you think different? Because when you're in the village, bro, like that's it. Like you're in the village. Like, what made you feel like I can be better? I can want more, and obviously, like being away from my dad for that long. When I was like 15, I was like just going through like my dad's old notes. Like a lot of his books and stuff like that. And I don't know what I was doing when I was like cleaning or I can't remember what I was doing. I kind of like found that note. I was like, oh right, bro, I just read that, and I kid you not, it felt like I wrote that. Like the foot pattern was exactly the same, and that's why I think that was that moment that I understood like when it comes to like DNA and connection, bro, it's mad. Like you can be disconnected. There's something that's deeper than So obviously, like for me, like that's always just been my drive, just seeing like understanding that my dad has walked the path in life, and even though, because when he passed away, like things became hard for us. Like we went from, he was the breadwinner, like like he was the one providing. My mom was like typical Nigerian mom, like stay like like she'd never like worked in her life. My dad was providing, doing all that stuff, and he was doing well, like, and then very quickly things just went bad. Like obviously my mom, obviously like like I love my mom to bits, like because I know what it is to. Now I understand it. Like she was traumatized. She went through like depression because you went from like building your life with this man, and all of a sudden he just passed away, and then you just got like kids to look after, and you also got to figure out how do I provide for them. So I got 4 siblings. So you gotta think about how do I provide for them. Like it's a lot to do in just like that at a flash. So she went through like depression, like definitely. But obviously at the time, like depression is not a thing. Like what depression? Are you depressed? What's that mean? Yeah, exactly.
Round yourself up quickly.
I'm telling you. So I think for me, like not understanding that there's excellence in me, but I never really had the resources to be able to like do that. I took the long route to like try and like find myself.
M25.
But I'm telling you, went all the way around. All the way around, bro.
Came off junction 7 and we went to be on junction 10.
But yeah, so like one of the biggest things that I would do is to answer your question, I kind of went through like a long story, but I'm gonna give you some context as to why this is really important to me. I've done a partnership with like the University of Arts London, and what we're trying to do is to create a fund to empower like underserved creatives. Because I understand creativity has to be expressed, and for you to express that, you need resources, and especially when you like, bro, like to start a footwear business, it's not cheap, bro. But this is the problem. Like, it's not like we don't have the creativity in us. We don't have the resources, bro. So I'm thinking like, yeah, cool. So what our bigger thing now is like to partner with them. To me, it's not about just giving money back. Like, we want to do workshops. We want to do events. We want to like just show us, like, as you asked me a question like, how do I design a shoe, bro? Like, I want more people to design shoes. I want more people to like start their own footwear brand. Like, you look at like all the Nikes and the Pumas and the New Balances. They're all like, we can do for our own selves. Like, so to me, it's like, have a workshop, have an event. Like, as we're selling shoes and obviously raising money, we're also giving back. So for me, success is when I look back and I'm seeing bare people that are inspired by what I'm doing and what other people in the community are doing, and then together we elevate. Like, to me, that's success. Like, money will always come, and I've come to that mindset now where I understand there is abundance. It's just how do you tap into it. So before, I used to like confident that, oh, like, especially when I grew up broke, you always feel, oh yeah, you're always being careful about, and that mindset for the longest time kept me from looking up. But like, now that I understand, like, okay, cool, it's a mindset thing, I'm not scared. I'm ready to go broke building my brand. Because I know I can start again. Like, but what really inspires me is more around the lives and the impact that I can help inspire, and then get more people into that space. Because like, bro, we are the culture, bro. Nothing pops if we don't touch it. Like, nothing, bro. From music to art to fashion, nothing pops until we touch it. And then when you understand that, it's like, we should be one making this stuff. Like, if we are the ones that make it sellable, then we should be the ones making it as well. Like, all of it, bro. Like, all of it.